very good day to you, an Easter day, the third Sunday of Easter in our church. And although we are not gathered in our various churches at St. Stephen's and St. Patrick's, I am grateful that we can reach out to one another through video and spend a few moments together considering Jesus' words to us today in the Gospel of John, the beautiful story of two disciples, perhaps a couple, two brothers or sisters, friends, walking along the road from Jerusalem, coming back to their little village named Emmaus. And they are brokenhearted because they have witnessed the crucifixion and they have lost Jesus. And it seems to them that all is lost. And in this time when you and I are isolated and when we do not have the freedom to go and see one another on a Sunday in Easter at our churches, Jesus is coming to walk with us and remind us that all is not lost. When he was crucified, he knew that God had a mysterious plan, a wonderful plan, way beyond the imagination or the faith of his friends in those days. And so he is, I believe, reaching out to us, speaking to us through the gospel to encourage us to recognize him in this moment, during this great epidemic. When I watch the news at night these days and look at the many, many groups of volunteers who have come together in cities across the country and here in Los Angeles to provide food for their neighbors, for strangers. When you walk down the street and see people waving at each other, do you recognize Christ, the Spirit of God, moving among us, calling us to himself? I was deeply moved this past week. I visited my wonderful friend, my best friend, Father Jim, who is dying of cancer. And he told me the story of a young girl, 16 years of age, a sophomore in high school, who came home from school one day, talked to her family, lay down on the sofa to get a little rest, and never woke up. This happened 16 years ago. And since that time, since her funeral, when my friend Jim presided at her services, he has given to people a prayer that she had written 2 weeks before she died. I'm going to read it to you and then make a suggestion that you too might begin to write a prayer that you would share with others. These are her words. O Lord, in all that I do and in all that happens, let me never lose hope. Let me never think that you have forsaken me. Let me never think that meaning is gone from my life. Whatever may be, let me trust that you are with me. Whatever may be, let me not turn away from you, as you do not turn away from me. Although your ways are mysterious, may I believe that your ways will always lead me to the places I ought to be. Let me understand enough of the trail that I may follow you wherever that trail may go. Amen. A prayer by a young girl, Marissa Lupica. Suppose you sit down this week and write your own prayer and send it to 5 people. Share your prayer with them so that others who perhaps have not had the gift of your faith might recognize the beauty of God's presence in their lives. Write a simple prayer of your feelings in these days and send it to people who need hope so that they will begin to recognize Christ in you. And Christ will have the opportunity to reach out to them through you. Happy Easter. Blessed day with your families.